I do love decorating with ravens for my Halloween displays. Welcome back everybody, I'm Michael from Happy Haunting, here about Halloween all year round, and today we're going to be taking a look at another crafting kit. This is a Latch Hook kit that is a pillowcase with a nice cool raven display. So they do make Latch Hook kits in other configurations, like you can do rugs and whatnot, but I picked a pillowcase because I do like to change those out every year. Makes it pretty easy to incorporate your theme for each year, and I thought it'd just be a fun way to pass the time as we get closer to Halloween. I'm a little worried it says ages 6+, but I've never done one of these, and I'm not that, what's the word, handy, I guess. So I was a little concerned that this might not be up my alley. Oh wow, okay. So if we open this up, we have a lot of different threads. Actually, I'm guessing, I see little numbers. So we have a number of different threads here. Whoa, lots of threads. So as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different colors of threads. They are very close to each other. Like I wouldn't have even realized these were different grays. Certainly these blues look almost identical to me. Thank goodness it comes with a legend to tell us exactly what those colors are. Because what we're going to do is take those threads and latch hook them onto this pillowcase mat. It's got a nice backing, so you just unzip the zipper when you're all done, stuff your pillow in there, and you're all ready to go. There is coloring on the grid here, but again, because these colors are so similar, it's going to be very difficult to figure out what color is what. So, like I said, we do have our instruction sheet. There are only a couple of steps here. It says loop it, hook it, pull it. So what's eventually going to happen is we are going to use this little tool to knot all these little strings that are going to make our fuzzy pillow. I think through the camera lens you can see the pattern much easier than you can in person. Just to confirm, we are going to take a look at our legend. All right, so here, in fact, are a little bit more detailed instructions on how to loop the threads, but I think I've got it figured out. One thing to notice on the instructions down here is we're only supposed to embroider the horizontal lines, not the vertical lines. So I can't tell how many are on here. It looks like a whole lot. We're going to have a lot of work to do. It's a little unclear. So each block shows you what color it should be, but that doesn't show you should that thread go on the top of it or on the bottom of it. So for instance, these couple of little white specks here and there are shown here. I guess it does kind of indicate which line it should be. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that. It's D, so a D is number 37. That's clearly the white ones, which I don't see put on here, but most of the threads do indicate what color they are. You can see that 48 listed here. All right, so we're going to take a white thread. These threads are a couple of inches long, so we should pull out a few at a time. All right, we're going to take our small thread. We are going to loop it in half. Slip the tool through the thread with the latch back. Slip the tool where it needs to go. Push it through so the latch passes. Pull it back so the latch starts to go up. Pull the thread up and through between the latch and the end of the tool and just pull it through. So once again, we're going to take the thread, loop it in two, put it through the tool, lift the latch, find the line we want, stick it through so that the latch passes, pull it back slightly, cross it over, close it, and pull it through. So there we go. We have two done. So that didn't seem too hard, did it? I just realized on the legend here, or the diagram, it does list how many squares there are in each direction. So it's 70 by 70, which I believe is 4,900 of these things that we need to do. That's a lot more than I was anticipating, But if you remember my diamond crafts, I think that was 7,000 diamonds we had to put on. So this should be half of that. If we're lucky, I'm guessing it's going to take about 2/3 as long as that, which took about 12 hours. So I'm thinking this is going to take like 8 or 9 hours. All right, so as usual, I'm going to use my tray here to keep all my supplies from getting lost so I can move it around from room to room. This is one of those projects that I know I'm going to want to do sitting in front of the TV or something. I'm probably going to get little cups as well, so that when you pull out these extra threads, you have something to put them in and they're not just sort of all floating around, because again, those colors do look pretty similar. Anyway, I think I'm ready. Let's get started. I don't even remember at this point how long I thought this project was going to take. That was 9 days ago that I started this video, 9 working days ago. It took me 17 hours of latch hooking to get to the final product, and this is it. This is my pillowcase with the raven on it. I rather like it. It took me way longer than I anticipated. I'm glad now that I didn't get a rug that I first wanted to do, because that would have been like yay big and taken even longer. So this is a project that's going to take some time commitment if you are interested in doing a latch hook anything. But it was pretty satisfying. I actually, I thought it might get a little tedious, but it's not. As you work your way through the pattern, it's kind of fun to actually see it come together on, in real life right in front of you. I was a little worried that the detail was going to get a little too lost and you wouldn't be able to see the image so much, but I think it turned out pretty well. We ended up actually with a lot of extra product, so I wasn't even sure, how much I could mess up before I was going to, have a problem with threads, but that is not an issue at all. As you can see, I ended up putting them all the different threads in individual baggies, and I labeled them with the letter and number. That made it very easy because I could just put the bags in alphabetical order. And that way, when I was looking at the pattern, seeing which colors I needed, it was kind of like I could tell exactly where the bag was because it was in alphabetical order. Because these colors are so similar, if they weren't, you'd have to keep looking at it and go like, what color was this? But in the end, it turned out pretty okay. There were 2 rows missing, so I found that a little strange. I started up at the top, and as you can see, well, I'm not sure if you can even see it. I can see it kind of up close, but the first 2 rows I knotted in a different direction because I started at the top and then I changed my mind and then started working from the bottom up. So at the 2 mark, because the knots are going in different directions, you can kind of see this little seam right there. I'm not going to go back and redo it, not at this point. So it was 68, not 70 rows, but it was still 70 across. So that ended up being, I think, what was the math on that? Like 4,670 or something like that. And if you do all the calculations, it took me about 13 seconds per thread to do one of these projects. So that included the time of, pulling out the threads. And what I would actually do to save myself time is I'd do, I wouldn't just do it like by each individual color as I was working my way across. I'd do like at least 10 or so. So I would just get the pattern and lay it out right in front of me so that I could just pull each thread and then attach it to the pillowcase quickly, like assembly line. So prep it all in advance, then put it on, made it go a lot faster. Am I glad I did it? Yes. I can actually see myself doing another one of these. It was kind of fun. I don't have enough time with Halloween coming up to do another one before Halloween, but this would definitely be one of those projects you want to do maybe in the off season. It is quite entertaining and keeps you in that Halloween spirit, and I really like this pattern. There were a number of other patterns to choose from if you're interested in a Halloween or a fall theme or whatnot. What good is a pillowcase without a pillow? It is time to stuff it and see how it works. So you might want to take your Happy Haunting pillow that you get from the merch store if you wanted and fill it with that. But of course you do want to keep that on display in your home at all times. So then you'll take your other Raven motif pillow that you got on Amazon, the cover for like $2 and no time at all, and instead use this pillow to put inside. So we're just going to unzip it here. Pretty easy to do. Let's see how this fits inside. There we go. There we have our pillow. It's nice and full and beautiful, and I love it. And actually, now that it's full, it does kind of make this whole problem area go away. You can't even see it now. So I really like the way it turned out. But let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you're interested in this one, I will put a link to my Amazon store in the description below. If you're looking for anything on Amazon, feel free to go through that link. It helps give a commission to the channel, keeps us running. Again, overall, this was kind of a fun craft. I am enjoying my crafting time as we get up toward Halloween. So I'm looking forward to other fun crafts. I've got a few other things on the horizon to share with you, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Before we go, I did want to say a special thank you to all the patrons who help support the channel. If you're interested in joining our Fright Club, be sure to check out a link to my Patreon page in the description below. That's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Till next time, take care, and happy haunting.